It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the big diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the prop plane, Kenny Smith. In this game, we'll see the Brooklyn Nets going up against the New York Knicks. For New York, coming into this matchup with no shortage of confidence, they won all 4 games against this team last season. And they call him the Unicorn. Kristaps Porzingis lacing him up tonight.
That's a horse.
That doesn't. How would you know what a unicorn sounds like?
Wait.
How would you know what a unicorn sounds
Kenny
like?
first. That's what, Kenny?
That's a horse.
And a unicorn is what?
It's a
A horse with a horn in his head. Thank you. I rest my case.
It's
a horse with a horn coming out of his forehead.
There's no such thing.
Why don't you tell me about his skill set?
Anyway, he's not just 7 feet, he's 7'3". And I don't think there's ever been a player his height who can handle and shoot the ball the way he does.
Well, I handle the ball. You could handle the ball like that.
Yeah, but I'm not 7'3". I'm 6'11".
No,
you're not 6'11".
I'm 6'11" and 19/4 inches of a quarter.
Oh, my gosh.
I am.
You know what? Some international players, they do get that soft label coming over because they don't like to come in the paint because they used to shoot the 3. But now that label is gone, ripped off, because now they've changed the American game into that. So now everybody's soft.
You're 7'3", 416 pounds.
Nope. Minus 16 pounds.
415 pounds.
No, your math is off.
Here's Kevin Harlan.
Pounds.
I'm right, you know it.
Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. It's a cross-borough rivalry, and tonight, the New York Knicks have made their short trip to Brooklyn as they take on the Nets. You look at New York, it came out on top in their last match on Wednesday, and guys, it could have gone either way. Nearly won that one by 2.
And after that game, it was impressive to look at the box score and see the work they did at the free throw line.
And not only what they did in making them, but what they did to get to the line. I mean, they were constantly in attack mode, driving the lane and drawing fouls.
And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Well, guys, Kristaps Porzingis has drawn comparisons to Dirk Nowitzki, and it sounds like Dirk is a fan. He says of Porzingis, he's long, athletic, tough. He has touch. He can put it on the floor. He is for real. Kevin?
And Porzingis, DA, a good 3 inches taller than Dirk. He's a very unique talent for sure. At this very early stage, we know players are still trying to gel with one another. But Clark, just how much can a team really change between the start of the season and the end of the season?
Kevin, it can be a night and day change in some cases because of injuries or change in personnel. Those things can show up during the course of a long season to make teams look totally different. And I think the changes that transpire with teams are usually more pronounced with younger teams because you can actually sometimes see those guys get better and better from week to week.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. On the court for the Knicks. Inside, it's Porzingis and Cantor. Ntilikina out there with Burke, and it's Hardaway in at the 3 spot. Now here is Davis. Allen with it, now guarded by Porzingis. Here's LeVert, and it's off the back rim, no good. Here's Ntilikina, and off target as he starts the game 0 for 1. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. LeVert the pass to Russell. Off the screen. And again, no good by Brooklyn. New York with the ball. This game against Brooklyn here, it's their first look at the Nets.
And they swept the season series against them last year. They really did have the upper hand.
And I think that's where it starts, guys. Neither team a playoff factor, but you work your way up the ladder team by team. And this is really one matchup they feel very confident in.
And then Allen slams it in.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
And so just over a minute and a half played. Now here's Burke. Defense right on him. Cantor kicks to Hardaway. Here's Porzingis. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Boy, it's a thing of beauty watching him attack the defense like that. I mean, they wanted no part of him on that layup.
Now here's Cram. In the game against Detroit, very impressive. Porzingis with the block.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame.
Right side, Russell. Pass to LeVert. Davis sets a screen. Here's Allen. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J. Allen's got his second bucket of the night. Now here's Burke. He's guarded by Russell. Burke, the pass to Ntilikina. Pass to Hardaway. And he's fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up.
You know, that's what you love about Ntilikina. I mean, very unselfish and constantly looking to set up his guys.
And Tim Hardaway Jr. returning to New York with a 4-year, $71 million contract that surprised many. He's got to shoot better than he did last season to be worth that kind of money.
That free throw good from Hardaway. And Hardaway, of course, the son of former all-star point guard Tim Hardaway, who played with the Warriors in the Heat.
Yeah, I mean, Hardaway Jr. much more comfortable, I think, off the ball in terms of spotting up and attacking. Definitely has worked on his ball handling and creating a little bit more of his own offense.
Cantor kicks to Ntilikina. The pass to Porzingis. And here is Burke. Back to Porzingis. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Porzingis has got his second basket. Now, here is Russell. He's guarded closely. Crab from long range. Porzingis with the rebound. New York leading by 6. Ntilikina passes to Burke. Ntilikina kicks to Porzingis. New York moving the ball around. There's a screen by Cantor. Here's Burke. And Allen with the block. Here's LeVert. 20 points for him last game against the Pistons in Detroit. Hardaway with it. He's picked up by Russell. Porzingis. And they cash in right away with the quick shot. Porzingis has got 6.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Crab kicks to Russell. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots over Burke. And just miss after miss right now.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
The lead pushed to double digits. 8 points for him.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. Porzingis making his return after ACL surgery last season.
It's just nice to see him back. I mean, you remember that injury just took the wind out of the Knicks and their fans. However, it set their direction as they took a more long-term developmental approach. All right, let's check out the stats for Hardaway, how he did last season. He averaged about 17 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go. I like what I'm seeing right now.
Now here's Allen. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Detroit.
And 3 blocks on the game as well. I mean, he was going all out and making plays defensively.
Ntilikina gets the bucket.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Nets trail by 12. Davis sets a screen. Now here's Cramp. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Russell passes to LeVert. Good on the triple.
LeVert showing you can rise up from deep. A quality shooter when given room to fire.
The Knicks leading by 9. Burke kicks to Porzingis. Back to Burke. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah, way to play an attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul. Stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for New York.
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
And that one falls for Burke. Second free throw, no good. And one thing, Clark, about the Nets, they've shown in the last couple of years that they are willing to take a risk on players.
And in many cases, it's worked out for them, Kevin. They traded for D'Angelo Russell when his value was rather low. So taking a risk on players who hadn't worked out for other teams has paid dividends. And I'd throw DeMarre Carroll in that category as well for them.
Here's Cantor. Hardaway trying to free himself up. Cantor's shot is off.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
And the foul called on Porzingis. That's his first foul. So for the Nets, Fareed's checked in for Davis. DeMarre Carroll comes in for Crabb. And Dinwiddie subbed in for LeVert. Moutier, he's checked in for New York. And that's a foul called on Porzingis. That'll be his second foul of the game. So New York going with almost an entire new group here. Robinson's checked in for Cantor. Hezonja comes in for Porzingis. Knox, he's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Lee in for Frank Ntilikina. Here's Dinwiddie. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Detroit.
I think this is important for Dinwiddie's confidence. I mean, when he's knocking it down from there, I think it makes him more aggressive.
There's the screen. There's a screen by Robinson. Knox the pass to Moutier. Offline with his 3. Looking at the last game for the Brooklyn Nets, it was a win against the Pistons in Detroit. Carroll for 3. It's rebounded by New York. Here's Knox. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
Yeah, and they've come out strong. I mean, clearly they've been the better team so far.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Brooklyn. Harris comes in for D'Angelo Russell. You're always looking for guys with confidence, but then some guys maybe go a little bit too far with that element, and the efficiency level will drop below their talent level. There are guys that can be swayed by that.
Yeah, you're right, and it's a mixed bag with those kind of guys because the talent is always on display, and it's hard not to appreciate it, but the inconsistency is frustrating. Perhaps the guy who maybe best epitomizes that is Lance Stevenson, because when he's good, he can give you a lot of stuff at both ends. When he's sideways, he can hurt you a little bit too.
Nets trail by 13. Dinwiddie's shot is off. New York's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Here's Lee, and Lee with the stuff.
methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
And I tell you what, Greg, they've worked hard for this lead. Their play calling has been superb, and the execution even better.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
And always tough on the road, but that attack mindset that they brought offensively, I really felt like that set them apart.
And what stood out to me, Greg, was the aggressiveness. I mean, it seemed like they just were eager to get it done, wanted it a tad more than the other team.
Here's Hollis Jefferson, and he also played a big role in that last game with Detroit. And it's Hezonja with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Dinwiddie kicks to Carroll. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And Courtney Lee gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Here's Dinwiddie, defended by Moutier. There's a good screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Dinwiddie with the bucket.
I can't find an excuse for letting Dinwiddie get this positioning inside. I mean, once he has it, you're toast.
Moutier passes to Lee. Now here's Moutier. He's tightly guarded. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Carroll, no one around him. That's working now with a new shot clock.
Attacking the glass like a rabid dog. Fareed takes pride in out hustling guys on the boards.
And now here's Hezonja. Defense right on him. Outside Robinson. Back to Hezonja. And the Knicks good for 2.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Here's Carroll. The Knicks making the shot. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And, you know, last year for DeMarre Carroll, it was a career year. I mean, highs and points. And he finally got back to playing the kind of ball that he felt he could. Nobody thought much of him heading into last season, but he ended up playing a major role.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Carroll. And last season, Clark, for Carroll, he was essentially given away as a salary dump, but it worked out.
Yeah, you know, you think about it. After playing for 7 teams in his first 9 seasons, you wondered how he would make the best of the situation. Well, it certainly helped that he got to reunite with a familiar face in Coach Atkinson, who had been with him in Atlanta.
Carroll hits them both.
You know, a rugged, experienced player. The shooting and defense Carroll provides is really what makes him so valuable.
Screen by Lee. Some solid defense from Fareed.
And, you know, that's an easy one. You can't miss these shots. Those are makeable shots, especially when the defense isn't on its game.
And along with the resurgence Carroll had last season, in large part due, I think, Greg, to finally feeling healthy.
Yeah, and Carroll is quick to tell you just how hard it was for him to regain form after that knee injury. Coming back is something that each player experiences kind of in their own way. Great presence, though, on and off the floor, and really a natural leader.
Clark, you once worked for the Indiana Pacers, Vice President, Player Relations, and really had your fingerprints on a lot of part of that organization. Could you see yourself going back to an NBA front office role?
I don't anticipate that. I love what I do as a broadcaster. I really feel as though I'm right where God wants me to be. Currently had a wonderful tenure with the Pacers, 32 years between playing, broadcasting both radio and television, and then 4 years in the VP of Player Relations role. Phenomenal relationships with a number of people, but no, I think that chapter for me is in the rearview mirror.
I speak for everyone playing the game, watching the game. We're glad you're in broadcasting, I'll tell you that.
Thank you, partner.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Giving up too many open shots. I mean, that's what's happening here, Greg. They look to me to be a bit sluggish.
Now here's Carroll. 11 points for him in that last game against Detroit.
And he didn't take any plays off at the defensive end. I mean, he wound up with 4 steals on the night.
Just 5 to shoot. Great positioning on the putback.
Great work on the offensive glass. Fareed is a load down there. Gotta box this guy out.
There's a screen by Robinson. Moutier kicks to Robinson. Back to Moutier. Passes it to Knox. Here is Robinson. Shoots over Carroll. Robinson misses. Now here is Harris. Defense is right there. Beyond the arc. And Carroll gets it to go. Carroll's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Nets.
He is a legit catch-and-shoot option. DeMarre Carroll comfortable rising up as soon as he gets it.
It's stolen by Carroll. And the call will be against Emmanuel Moutier. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Nets shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And that one falls for Carroll. Carroll hits them both. There's 42 seconds left in the first quarter. They set the screen. Pass to Knox. Here's Moutier. Lays it up and banks it in. Moutier's got his first points in this one.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Dinwiddie dishes to Harris. Here's Fareed. There's Hollis Jefferson. Hollis Jefferson, and they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. Ntilikina kicks to Moutier. Stolen by Fareed. A big-time effort for Porzingis, providing a lot of energy for New York. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We come back right after this. Coming to the Brooklyn Nets in 2017, Alan Crabb saw the opportunity.
Being a Net for me, man, is just great. You know, it's good for my future. It's good for my career. I think they did whatever they had to do in order to get me. So why wouldn't you want to play for an organization like that, man?
Clearly this team values Crabb, and Greg, what he gives them.
And no question, Crabb is a floor spacer who also defends at a high level, a versatile player.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And looking at what we've seen from the Knicks so far, what do you guys think?
Through that first one, they've turned this thing into a track meet.
Yeah, outworking them right now, plain and simple. I mean, they've been terrific in the open floor.
And New York, looking at who they've got, Moutier and Ntilikina are the guard tandem. Knox out there with Hazonia, and it's Robinson in at the center. Now here's Moutier. There's a screen by Robinson. Pass to Knox. Goes up off the pick, and he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screenplay. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, that took the defender right out of the play.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Down low, and he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle too.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Davis is checked in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Crabb comes in for Damari Carroll, and it's LeVert in for Harris. And we've played just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. And guys, Kenny Atkinson, a coach who has a knack for player development.
Yeah, he does, and the players' improvement on this Nets team speaks to that. I mean, Atkinson has done a terrific job of improving his young players. Also gets the most out of the veterans and teaches them new skills and approaches to their game, which endears him to the players and helps his team.
Brooklyn with the ball, following the score by New York. Fareed the pass to Dinwiddie, and they pick up 2. Dinwiddie's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Burke kicks to Porzingis. Back to Burke. That shot missing. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, the Knicks hope to build a contender around their star player, Kristaps Porzingis. He said playoff experience would be huge at this point in my career. The sooner, the better. That's the only thing I'm focused on. What I need to do on the court to play better, make my team win. Kevin, will see if they can get there together.
Thanks, D.A. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. Last season, a huge step in the role for Allen Crabb as he was given a larger piece of the pie on offense.
Yeah, you know, he saw his first season, Kevin, as a consistent starter, and oftentimes that's a boon for a young player. He had career highs in shot attempts from the floor and from behind the arc, and as you might expect, consistency was a bit of a challenge with the increased role, but I think it's something that Crabb will relish and embrace and do well in due time.
First free throw is good.
Crabb gives this team a lot with his versatility. Scoring, rebounding, defense. He does really everything.
Brooklyn making some changes. Allen comes in for Fareed, and D'Angelo Russell subbed in for Spencer Dinwiddie. And New York with a change here, too. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Ntilikina. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
You know, Allen Crabb is a strong shooter, and it's fair and accurate to call him a 3-and-D type of player. He came into the league known mostly for his defense, but that had fallen off for a spell. Fortunately, he was able to get back on track and be a two-way player of some value.
Now here's Allen. There's Russell with the 3. Connects from 3-point range.
And you can call him 3-Angelo. I like that because he's going to be doing this for a long time. 3 deep for 3-Angelo.
It'll be fun watching him, you're right. Here's Cantor. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Atlanta.
And we got to talk about his 4 steals on the night. That's a complete performance at both ends of the floor.
Here's Russell. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Russell's got his 2nd basket of the night.
Hey, I can't overstate it. I mean, as a defense in transition, you have to locate Russell before he finds the bottom of the net. You've got to get to him quickly.
Porzingis can't hit. And last season, Crabb heard the complaints, Clark, about his defense and used it as motivation.
That's the way you have to do it, Kevin. I think constructive criticism is really the last thing you want to hear, but it's really what you need to hear if you're serious about getting better. And to Crabb's credit, he took that constructive criticism to heart, went to work, and he's gotten better as a defender. There you go. Relentless pursuit of the ball. I love it. He never stopped working.
Here's Cantor, drilled from 11 feet out. Cantor's got 7 points in the game. Nets trail by 8. Here's LeVert. Kicks it to Russell. Got a hand on it.
Tell you what, Kevin, it would be helpful if he would start to contribute a little more on offense, because when he's missing, it makes it really hard for this team.
Kristaps Porzingis, standing 7'3", He's played power forward early in his NBA career, but with that height, his future, it could be at the center position.
First free throw is good. And with Porzingis having the ACL tear, Greg, maybe losing some of his lateral quickness, perhaps accelerating his move to the 5.
I mean, part of his rehab was hitting the weights and just adding strength. I think, if anything, his offensive skill set, though, even more impactful at the 5.
Courtney Lee, he's checked in for New York. And so he makes both from the line.
Great touch from the line. Always important for bigger guys to be able to come through at the strike.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. Commissioner Adam Silver believes, Clark, that the NBA will see its first female head coach sooner than later. What do you think?
I think it'll happen. I'm not sure exactly if it'll be sooner. I think it'll be a little time because the pipeline, I think, has to be established to where you have some candidates. And you very well could have candidates now that may not have coached in the NBA that could possibly move into a head coaching role. But I think the progression to that would require, I think, more female assistant coaches before there's a comfort level with moving in that direction from an owner standpoint.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
As well he should, Greg. I mean, he always is looking to score the ball, even more so when he's hot. I like the mindset.
Here's Cram, following the basket by Kristaps Porzingis.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I'm sure he's frustrated, Greg, because nothing is falling right now. But he's going to keep chipping away at it, and that's the attitude. Stay with it.
And sometimes it seems the age of interior scoring big men has come and gone. Enes Kanter, one of the rare big men who can dominate a game offensively in the paint, great hands and the strength to create space.
The first free throw is good. And you talk about Kanter's inside game, but he's got a solid jump shot.
It looks very comfortable all the way out to 20 feet. I think before long we may see him add a three-point shot to his repertoire.
And Kanter drops them both.
And a great job from the line this quarter. They've gotten their percentage way up there.
Russell passes to Allen. Davis sets a screen. Back to Russell. Fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm. And for D'Angelo Russell, the former #2 pick, it's all about developing himself as a player and a leader. Has focused more on the team and less on himself of late, and knows what is expected of him and has to earn every second of floor time.
And last season, Russell had to fight for minutes upon returning from injury.
Yeah, and battles like that help mature a player and really keep them focused. Those are areas where Russell had struggled in the past. I think he and his coach both know it's not easy, but it has already started in making Russell the best player he can be. And a terrific percentage here in the first half. You gotta love their rhythm and the flow with which they're playing.
I agree with you. I mean, they just look comfortable out there, taking what the defense gives them and then capitalizing with no real problem at all.
And here's Russell after Tim Hardaway made that last three-pointer. 6 on the shot clock. Russell kicks to Crabbe, and they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Crabbe's got 5 points now in the quarter.
They're having more success from three-point range here in the second after a rough first quarter from deep.
Burke, the pass to Porzingis. Kanter sets the pick for Porzingis. Excellent D there from Allen.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Russell with the bucket.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Burke kicks to Porzingis. poked loose. Back to Burke. Finally gets one to fall. He's now 1 for 5 with his first make.
Well, this is what he likes to do. Try to break your spirit.
I think he's trying to put this one away, quite honestly. I mean, feels like he can lay it up against any type of defense, and he can.
Here's LeVert. The Knicks making the shot. Davis sets a screen. Davis with a screen on Lee. There's the pick. There's Russell with the 3, and the Nets another 3.
Sizes it up. Russell wisely takes it himself.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
You know, Karis LeVert came into the league as a scoring wing, but has changed into a playmaker. I mean, he developed into a primary ball handler out of necessity, and it's a role he's thrived in. He attacks the defense and can finish at the rim himself or find teammates.
Take a look here at the numbers for Porzingis. Coming off a terrific season, he averaged 22 points per game last season, almost 2.5 blocks and 6 rebounds. And he's such a big presence for them on the inside.
Yeah, whether it's sending shots back airmail or cleaning the glass, he's the total package.
Now here's Burke. He had 16 points in the win against Atlanta.
And made a big mark at the free throw line as well. He got himself to the strike a lot and cashed in when he had his chances.
Well, I tell you what, I like the clip he's shooting at. Extremely effective. If you're on defense now, you got to get the ball out of his hands.
Screened by Russell. LeVert the pass to Russell. He kicks to Davis. And they double up Davis. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Now with this break, let's check out just how the rebounding has been divided up in this game between the front and back court for New York.
And their big men are getting the majority of the rebounds. You like all 5 guys boxing out and getting on the glass, but at the end of the day, that's their role to control the boards.
Now here's Lee. 9 points last game. Back to Burke. Screen by Porzingis. Burke kicks to Hardaway. Inside. It's stolen by Davis. Here's the break. Here's Russell. The pass to LeVert. Back to Allen. There's the dish to Crabbe. Passes it to Russell. From outside the arc. The Knicks pull it in. Porzingis has got 7 rebounds in the game. Lee outside. Here's Hardaway, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on D'Angelo Russell. The Knicks have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well. First free throw is good.
They've upped their percentage to around 90 from the line today. Great job this quarter.
So for the Nets, Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Davis. Damari Carroll comes in for Allen Crabbe. And Harris subbed in for LeVert. Then for the Knicks, Robinson's checked in for Enes Kanter. Hezonja comes in for Porzingis. And Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Burke. Hardaway hits them both.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Yeah, you have to make teams pay for fouling you. That's why they call them free. And they've done exactly that, made them pay.
Yeah, quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
Robinson a screen on Russell. Here's Mudiay. The offensive rebound.
Well executed. Great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Agree with you there, partner, because that screen really freed him up nicely, and that's a shot that if you're a pro, you need to make that one.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Well, you look at D'Angelo Russell, and this season and last season, I really think it was just about maturing, and that goes with all young players in this league. It's a process. I thought he needed to get away from L.A. and the episode he had there with his teammates. And I think he's now more focused and knows more of what it takes to be successful in the NBA.
Free throw good, Russell. And for Russell, he had maturing to do, Clark, off the court, but he has also showed maturation in his game on the floor as well.
Yeah, it's a natural progression for guys who are eager to get better and take constructive criticism seriously. He doesn't force it as much on offense now. He knows the importance of being efficient with the ball and not spectacular.
Now here's Carroll. 8 points for him. Harris outside. They set the pick. Shot clock at 5. Stolen by Robinson. And now in transition is Lee. Here we go. Brooklyn with the rebound. .158 left in the second quarter. Lee against Carroll. Fareed goes in. Yep, it counts. Fareed's got his third basket of the night right there.
Man, the mobility this guy has at his size, boy, Fareed has a good feel for when to get inside on the drive.
Now here's Moutier. He's guarded by Russell, kept alive, and finished off by Robinson.
And Kevin, plays like that are really the reason they've got a nice lead right now. Just a great job on the glass.
And Greg, the jam and the follow gets their whole bench jumping. Look at them. They are really into it.
Yeah, they sure are. That's a little salt in the wound there. I mean, they take a miss and turn it into one of the plays of the game. That hurts.
Russell with a wide open look. And again, it's Brooklyn converting.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Sometimes, for whatever reason, a lot of times you don't know why. It takes a little while to work the knots out, but it looks like they're putting it together right now.
Lee kicks to Ntilikina. Clock at 6. Robinson. Kenneth Fareed pulls it in. Fareed's got 5 rebounds tonight. Harris drives in. The rebound by Hezonja. Hezonja's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Pass to Ntilikina from deep. The basket good off the assist from Moutier. Moutier's got 5 assists tonight.
Man, good to see Ntilikina square up from deep. Has the size and touch needed to knock home these threes.
Now, here is Russell. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Detroit.
And there really was a physical aspect of his performance that was off the charts. He was taking it right at him, and he just kept getting those calls and getting to the line.
And so it's New York holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everyone. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Diesel and the Jet. Welcome to the Halftime Show on 2K Sports. There was no stopping Kristaps Porzingis in the first half. He had 16 points, 2 block shots, and 2 assists. Some great work from him in the first 2 quarters. Hey, big fella, what's your take on New York so far?
I like their commitment to that inside game, boy. Get it inside to the post. Got to be scoring in the post, splashing to the basket. Just shoot the high percentage shot. No jumpers, no threes. They're being a more aggressive team, the more physical team. They're definitely going to win this game, Ernie.
Kenny, how'd you think the Nets were playing?
Well, defensively, they displayed what I call poor fundamentals. Good hustle, but poor fundamentals. Guys weren't moving their feet. The rotations were lackluster. Some guys made bad choices, whether to fight over the screen, go underneath it. They don't have a game plan, I don't think, that they're sticking with.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
Welcome back as we get a beautiful aerial view of the Williamsburg Bridge connecting Manhattan and Brooklyn. The second half just about to get going here. It's been a clinic out there with D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him. A scoring machine here in that first half.
Yeah, and it's been fun to watch, partner, because not only is he shooting a high percentage, a good percentage, he's also carrying the team.
The Knicks leading by 8. Russell and LeVert in the backcourt. Davis is out there with Craig. And it's Allen in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Here's Ntilikina. Doesn't go that time.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Grab the pass to Russell. To the inside. There's Allen. That's good on the assist by Russell. And it's 6 points for Allen.
Bit of an oversized playmaking guard allows Russell to see over and around defenders. Great look there.
Cantor kicks to Burke. Here's Ntilikina. Off target with his 3.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, you know, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
To the paint, here's Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
And the Nets with possession here. Following the score by New York. It'll go, and the Knicks lead is cut down now to just 6 on the basket from LeVert.
Like the way LeVert controls himself, always under control, knows what he's looking for, takes his time, particularly when he's close to the basket.
Here's Ntilikina. He's got 8. Stolen by Allen. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Russell's running. There's a screen. Dishes it to Crab. Shoots the 3. It's hauled in by Porzingis. The Knicks leading by 6. In the corner, Hardaway with it. Comes up empty down low.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Here's LeVert. And a miss there on the triple. The Knicks have gotten just 1 of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Here's Porzingis. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Porzingis has got 18 points in the game.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way. Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for the Nets. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Now here's Burke. Tight defense on him. Here's Ntilikina. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And last season, LeBron said that the Knicks made a mistake passing on Dennis Smith Jr. in the draft. Of course, they took Frank Ntilikina out of France.
Yeah, a little shade thrown Ntilikina's way last season. Of course, he's one of the youngest players in that draft, and so plenty of time for this young man to fulfill his potential.
2 shots.
And he makes the first.
And Ntilikina has a ton of potential, guys. A pass-first point guard with tremendous vision.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And the size, quickness, and defense of Ntilikina reminds some of a young Sean Livingston, a unique point guard with a promising future.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Yeah, there's no reason why they should be scoring at will down there easily as they have. I mean, they've got to be more aggressive inside.
And let's see the stat sheet here on Enes Kanter. He's coming off an excellent season, 5th in field goal percentage, and he also finished the season in the top 10 in rebounding. It's just a terrific year on the glass.
And yeah, he's one of the most efficient scorers in the league for sure. Moves without the ball, avoids taking the bad shots. That's why he was top 5 in field goal percentage last year. Here is Davis. After Enes Kanter's basket, fires from deep. It'll go, and the Knicks lead is cut down now to just 9 in the basket from LeVert.
And LeVert showing how confident he is in his jumper, Kevin. He's got a nice soft release and is a very skilled guard.
Burke, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And in front of you now is a list of the players with the highest shooting percentage last season. 5th on the list, Enes Kanter.
Put the ball in the bucket. I mean, that's the name of the game, right? I mean, just ask him. He'll have the answer for you.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That one is off. The Knicks making a switch here. Knox is checked in. And he sinks the second. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Dinwiddie kicks to Davis. And the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That's his first foul. Knicks on defense. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Clock at 6. There's Crabbe with the 3.
And another miss. Oof, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. And it goes down 2 points. And it's 6 points for Trey Burke.
And you have to admire his focus. Not a good matchup for him in terms of size differential.
Yeah, and even with the defender hovering all over him, Greg, he would not be denied.
Here's Dinwiddie. 6 points for him. For 3. That one's in there. The New York lead is cut down now to just 9 in the basket from Crabbe.
Allen Crabbe, so good at catching the defense off guard. You've got to be up on him at all times.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, the league has unveiled a 5-point plan to improve player-referee relations. Things became heated last season with a lot of star players ejected for arguing with officials. The emphasis on respect and clear standards of conduct on both sides can only help. Kevin?
Very good point, David. Completely agree. Thanks.
Well, that's exactly what's been happening here. Where's the focus? Where's the intensity? Where's the resilience? Where's the energy? From the defenders, all of that is absent.
Now here's Davis. Pass to Dinwiddie. Davis sets a screen. Dinwiddie with the bucket. Dinwiddie's got 9.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Well, you know, the D just hasn't been there for real. I mean, these shooters are getting any perimeter shot they want. It's a bunch of warm-up jump shots out there.
And that one, good.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Now here's Davis. Here's LeVert. Over Hardaway. Here's Allen. Knicks with the rebound. Porzingis has got 9 rebounds now tonight. Now Burke. He's got 8. On the wing, Hardaway. No good on the 3. As their comeback bid had better get started.
I don't know, guys. It's going to take a pretty big run to get back in this one.
And the Knicks with possession here. Burke with it. Kicks it to Cantor. It's stolen by Davis. Dinwiddie with the bucket. He's got 13.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Perfect execution. That's how you take advantage of a transition opportunity.
Time called here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
And really, whether you're up or down, it's a game of adjustments.
Always. And having a good coach is critically important. I mean, you need somebody you can count on to make the right adjustment.
And a new group in for the Nets. Kenneth Faried's checked in for Allen. Rondé Hollis-Jefferson comes in for Ed Davis. Damari Carroll's checked in for Crail. And Harris subbed in for LeVert. So New York going with almost an entire new group here. Robinson's checked in for Cantor. Mario Hezonja comes in for Porzingis. Courtney Lee, he's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Trey Burke.
Boy, that was a terribly difficult shot, but still, somehow, some way, it went down. Wow.
And stolen by Hezonja. And pushing it up. Here's New York. And here's Mudiay. Back to Robinson. Stolen by Faried. Now here is Harris. And Courtney Lee gets the whistle that time. And that'll be his third foul so far. Faried inside. Guarded by Robinson. Rejected by Robinson. And he gets it back. That one goes in. 8 points for Kenneth Faried. New York leading by 6. Here's Mudiay. He kicks to Lee. There's the pass to Knox. 5 on the clock. Shoots the 3. That one doesn't go. The Nets go the other way with it. Here's Dinwiddie. 13 points in the game. To the left wing. Passes it to Carroll. The Nets working the ball around now. Off the screen. It'll go, and the Knick lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Dinwiddie.
Impeccable mechanics this quarter. He's been perfect from the field.
Now Mudiay over in the corner. Lee. The basket good off the assist from Mudiay. Lee's got his second bucket of the night.
And there aren't many players more reliable from three-point range than he is, especially when the D's playing off him like that.
Now here's Carroll. He's got 8. There's the pick. Here's Dinwiddie. Hezonja defending. It's out of bounds. They are saying it was last touch by Lee. D'Angelo Russell's checked in for Spencer Dinwiddie. For 3, Harris. They get it back. Robinson with the block. Courtney Lee is on the wing. Over Harris. And again, it's New York. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for New York?
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Here's Russell following the score by New York. Feeds it to Harris. It's stolen by Mudiay. Lee goes in. Some solid defense from Harris. Nets trail by 9. And Courtney Lee out of Western Kentucky, a consistent 3-and-D veteran.
And, you know, more of a journeyman's career, but I'll tell you what, he's a winner. And competes, does those little things, and boy, he makes some big shots.
Here's Russell. He drains the quick shot. Russell's got 20 points.
Yes, filling it up. Russell now shooting past his typical scoring pace.
Now here's Moutier. He's guarded by Russell. Stolen by Fareed. Harris outside. And Fareed has it in the corner. Pass to Carroll. Now Harris. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And here is the shot chart as we see how things are going for Porzingis.
Right now, after looking at that chart, you pretty much can just jog down the court. He gets it in the paint. Just time and time again, he's worked his way in close and made a shot over a defender or found another way to convert. Just great stuff coming from him thus far.
And the first one drops.
And, you know, Hezonja plays with a lot of flair, an exciting player who brings a ton of energy to the court.
Ntilikina, he's checked in for Knox. And he makes both free throws.
And you know what? Last season was a bit of an awakening for Mario Hezonja. Written off by most, but he showed that he has a lot to offer. I thought he played fantastic basketball in the second half of the season.
Now, here is Russell. 20 points for him. To the inside, Hollis Jefferson. A rebound by Hezonja. Hezonja's got his 4th rebound in this one. Moutier with the basket. Moutier's got 4 points this quarter.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Yeah, that was actually no defense at all there, Greg. I mean, layups don't come any easier than that. I mean, they're piling it on now.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Screen by Fareed. Russell passes to Fareed. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Russell's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Those quick feet of his allow him to get out of the screen extremely fast. Fareed, difficult to stay with in the screen and roll.
Ntilikina can't hit. And so it's the New York Knicks in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. A terrific tempo and a great pace. The fast break has been a central part of their offense. We'll return shortly. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
Yeah, and as a 2-guard, he's typically not a reluctant shooter, so it was really nice to see him orchestrating for a teammate instead.
Just 1 quarter left in regulation. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. And New York, looking at who they've got. Moutier and Ntilikina are the guard tandem. Hezonja out there with Robinson. And it's Lee in at the 3, the small forward.
The defense better watch out. They better be alert because this guy can make threes, as we saw in the first half.
And Hezonja gets it to go.
And being that he's 6'8", Hezonja is really a menace inside. He gets his shot up easily in the paint area.
Russell kicks to Carroll. Harris outside. And there's the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Top of the key, Russell. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Emmanuel Moutier picks one up.
And, you know, a lot of people are starting to wonder, is Russell going to be the future of this league? Time will tell. That's a big mountain to climb for the young fella from Louisville.
Free throw good, Russell.
Yeah, not many guys entering the league impact their teams this fast. Russell is an exception.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Allen's checked in, and New York with a change here too. Porzingis is checked in. The Knicks leading by 9. Screen by Porzingis. New York moving the ball around. Pass to Hazania. It's stolen by Carroll. Outside Russell to the middle. Out to Harris. Right wing. There's a screen. Pass to Carroll. 5 to shoot. The fadeaway. Allen's shot is off.
You know what? Just a little fancy on that possession there. Just go up in rhythm.
Hazania. Brooklyn with the rebound. Harris with it. Now guarded by Porzingis. Harris dishes to Fareed. And Russell with the basket on the assist by Allen. Allen's got his 3rd assist on the night. The Knicks with the lead. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. A pass to Porzingis. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Down low, here's Harris, and the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Ed Davis is checked in for Brooklyn. Allen Crabbe comes in for Damari Carroll. Then for the Knicks, Cantor checked in for Robinson. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Hazania. And Trey Burke subbed in for Emmanuel Mudiay. That's good from Harris. The Knicks leading by 4. Burke, the pass to Porzingis. Back to Burke. And count it. And a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
That's exactly how it should be done. Get the bump, concentrate on the shot, and you'll get the bucket too.
LeVert's checked in for the Nets.
1 shot.
And that one misses. Nets trail by 6. Russell from long range. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Knicks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. Lobs it up for Cantor. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely sleep.
Here's Crabbe after Enes Kanter's basket. Crabbe kicks to Russell. Just 5 on the clock. Teardrop shot. Porzingis with the block.
He's been terrible. Absolutely awful. I mean, can't get it going. The shot isn't there right now. You got to help him some other ways.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Now, here is Russell. Here's LeVert. Back to Russell. The Nets need to get a shot off here. A nice shot by LeVert.
That gives him his second 3 of the half with 3 total for the game.
Now here's Burke. Defense is right there. Pass to Porzingis. Burke with it. Russell's there. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Burke. Burke hits them both. Russell with it. To the wing on the left. Takes the three. But they'll get another chance.
There's another opportunity, and everything's going right for these guys. Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
Outside, Porzingis. The rebound by the Nets. Davis has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And a fast break now for New York. Here's Porzingis. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Porzingis has got 4 points in the quarter.
And, you know, Ntilikina has outstanding height at the point guard spot. He's a big point guard, which really is an advantage in seeing the floor.
Here's LeVert. Porzingis with the block. Right side Hardaway. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And he can't get the first one. And Brooklyn making a change here. Dinwiddie's checked in. And the second free throw, good. Nets trail by 10 to the left side wing. LeVert the pass to Allen. Here's LeVert. And then Allen slams it in.
He just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers.
Absolutely salivates when he attacks the rim.
Now here's Porzingis. Back to Burke. Outside, Porzingis kicks to Hardaway. To the inside. And the dunk by Porzingis.
An active passer with good awareness. When Ntilikina spots the open teammate, he gets it to him.
Brooklyn's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way. Here's a chance now to check out the New York Knicks' upcoming schedule. On Saturday, they'll be matching up against Gordon Hayward and the Boston Celtics. And then on Monday, they'll be matching up against Eric Bledsoe and the Milwaukee Bucks. Here's Burke. Porzingis sets the pick for Burke. Left side Hardaway. For the three. It's good. The assist that time from Burke. 14 points for Tim Hardaway.
Don't underestimate him. He can knock that down.
Nets trail by 13. Dinwiddie kicks to Davis. He dishes it to Dinwiddie. There's a good screen. Inside. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's on Porzingis.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time. And he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one. That's for sure.
No chance, Kevin. I mean, the screen was in the right spot. His feet were set. He would have had to go straight through him, and that's not legal.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game. Despite the troubles he had in the first half, he stayed composed and focused, and now he's getting it going.
Allen passes to Dinwiddie. Now here's Burke. He's guarded by Cram. The Nets have gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. Allen, a screen on Hardaway. Now the pass to LeVert. Davis sets a screen. A nice shot by LeVert. LeVert's got it back down to within single digits for Brooklyn.
This guy's really flowing with his stroke right now. He hit one earlier, and now he has 3 in this half.
Here's Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Man, I like how close Porzingis gets to the rim. I mean, he knows when he's this deep, the defense really has no chance to keep him from dunking it.
Passes to Davis. Now here's Cram. Not a lot of room. Davis sets a screen. Clock at 6. Here's Dinwiddie. That shot is good. He has made 8 while missing only 4. That's 67% shooting.
Dinwiddie showing you his craftiness in the pick and roll sets, and you can see how he's grown in attacking those.
Now here's Porzingis outside Hardaway. To the paint. Burke can't get it to go.
Well, he mistimed it just a skosh. Don't think the defense really had an impact. I think he just flat out missed it.
Out to the wing. Allen passes to LeVert. And here is Crabbe from past the arc. And the Nets another 3.
Well, I like how creative Crabbe is off the screen. He knows exactly what to do to set up his defenders.
Burke kicks to Hardaway. Pass to Canner. Back to Hardaway. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
Still attacking, building on this lead coming down the stretch.
Yeah, he's clicking right now, and at the right time too, Greg. I mean, playing with a bunch of confidence in this 4th quarter.
Ball stolen. LeVert the pass to Crabbe. Chalk up 2 there.
Yeah, confidence inside from Crabbe on display there. Terrific at taking advantage of good looks.
The Knicks leading by 6. Burke kicks to Porzingis. Pass to Ntilikina. 6 to shoot. And Allen with the block. All alone. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. And now it's just a 4-point Knicks lead. Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kristaps Porzingis.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Coach Fizdale was going over with his team. He told them, hey, they're ready to give up. We're close to winning this game, but we're not done yet. I don't want to see any let up out there. We'll see how well he got the point across.
Now here's Burke. Up top, Porzingis. On the wing, Hardaway. He's guarded by Cram. And again, it's the Knicks missing. And here are the Nets. They're on a 15-6 run. From outside, off the mark. The Knicks leading by 4. There's 1:47 left in the 4th. They get it back. Cantor. Here's Porzingis. Here's Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
And great effort on the boards. And what a move.
Yeah.
That was, Gary. You just will not see him ever
quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him at all times.
And you know what? Sometimes that's not even enough. He'll go around, over, or through you to get to the pump.
Russell, he's checked in for Spencer Dinwiddie. That's good from Cantor. 1:39 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Outside, Russell. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on Enes Kanter. And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. He's able to hit the second one, and that trims the lead to 6.
Yeah, he cuts the deficit a little bit, but not as much as he could have. One miss can make a big difference.
Outside, Porzingis. There's 1:17 left in the fourth quarter. Drains the three-pointer.
I don't think we'll ever see another 7'3" player who can drain the three like Porzingis. He takes the idea of that inside-outside threat to a whole nother level.
And it's Russell missing.
Not sure if he just ran out of gas or what, Kevin, but he's been awful ever since the second half started. Not even been a factor.
Now here's Porzingis. And the pass to Ntilikina. New York moving the ball around. 5 on the clock. Tries a three, and the Knicks hit again from deep.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
And, you know, this is what's needed at this point in the game, Greg. The great teams know how to close it out.
And just showing great vision there. Russell surveys the floor and whips it to the open man.
Here's Ntilikina. No good with the triple. Guys, no real chance for them to come back now.
Yeah, I think the focus has to be on their next game at this point.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And it's going to be a 3-second call. .20 seconds left to play here in the fourth. The clock now can just run out for the Knicks. Lasagna, the pass to Moutier. So no problem for New York as they get the win. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. KP, you guys got out on a break tonight. How did you get into transition so easily?
Yeah, we want to play faster, and that's what we try to do whenever they miss. We try to run, move the ball quick, and get easy buckets.
And you were able to beat him down the floor tonight, KP. Thanks a lot for your time. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.